game on the line. Williams lofting one for a doozy. He caught
it! You're listening to the world's #1 football podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Ben Hansen, Matt Hartman, and Ryan Matthews.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pigskin Project, where it looks like I only have one co-host with the camera on.
Matt's gone forever.
Oh my God, he's gone. Guys, what happened? What happened to the third co-host?
Oh my gosh. Where is he?
Spirit, guys. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What are we going to
Ghost
do without
of
him?
Christmas Past.
Luckily,
Ghost
he's
of
left
Matt
us enough
Past,
work
yeah.
to go over the recap. Anywho, I'm back at my place, so my background looks normal now. This is cool. I'm not on an iPad anymore. Don't have to worry about that dying in the middle of the stream. We beat 17-0 last week. That was also cool. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll have a little bit of that. Maybe we'll do 0-17.
0-17 again. We have to. That's just like the thing now.
Oh shit!
And like
what
we
the
just
fuck? Sorry, I was in the bathroom. What the hell?
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
Well, there he is.
Peek behind the curtain. Oh my god!
Guys, wait a minute. Do you hear that? The ghost of Matt has returned. What?
He's returned. The camera. Anyways, as you can see, I have a different background now. This is shoot. Yeah, I moved, so this is fun. This is the new background. Still a lot of the old stuff that you guys are used to here in the background. Still looking just fantastic there.
Right.
Oh my gosh, he's back.
Anyways,
demons today. What the hell?
Great weekend. We know that we can't do Mila Kuntz for when we're doing 0-17 because she just automatically had to. No.
Shout out Mila.
Well, there you go. Yes, we can't add her for the 0-17 challenge because she just automatically had to win. But anyways, Matt, your week. Now that we have you here, now that you've joined us out of the bathroom.
Chats, I'm doing wonderful. Excited to talk about these teams. Some bummer news with the Panthers guy today. That was
with the Panthers guy.
That was a bummer. Yeah, it was. It was a bummer.
Yeah. Nick Scorton, the linebacker for the Panthers, tore his ACL on the very first day of camp, which is crazy because I don't think they could use pads like on the very first day, or normally teams don't. Whether they can or can't is like up in the air, but like normally teams don't. So this is kind of crazy. Scorton was kind of breaking out last year, like good numbers. He was an impact player on their defense. This is a very big hit to the Panthers, and this is also an up and coming linebacker that's unfortunately going to miss the season now. And it sucks because like this is a team that had high hopes going into the season, considering they almost knocked out the Rams. I mean, in the first round of the playoffs just last season. So, lots of fun was supposed to be had, and now it seems like the injury bug has bit the Panthers. I mean, this is not the only injury that has occurred on Carolina's roster either, with a couple other impact guys going down on the offensive side of the ball. But Ben, you've got a little bit more on the training camp scene. What do you got for us?
Yeah, no, it's quite fun because not fun, obviously, but this creates a fun conversation that people go back and forth on, is like training camp participation. And there are different teams that do it different ways. When it comes to like vets don't really have to do stuff. It's only young guys, or everyone plays. You obviously have your old heads that are just like, back in my day, it was full pads 2 times a day for 3 months straight and no one got hurt. So it just creates this really fun conversation about like where is that line drawn in terms of how much like contact and participation do we allow in training camp so we can get the guys ready without getting the guys hurt like today. And this seems like one of those freak ones that is just like very upsetting in the way that, like, as Matt or as Ryan said, like it was no pads and he still managed to get hurt. But like, where do you guys fall on that spectrum? Like, are you guys like a 2 times a day full pads? We need to get everyone ready, and we're gonna harden the body, and then we're gonna be all go, or somewhere in between, or where are we at?
Matt?
I mean, somewhere in between has to be the right answer, right? I think it's tough because, again, like this is affecting 1% of your roster. Like you have up to you have like 90-ish spots going into this. So again, it's hard to make like the exception, because every time something like drastic happens, it's always like a discussion of like, let's go drastically the other way. But I mean, I'm still pretty easily on like the happy medium of like, just figure out what your practice schedule is like during the week, going into like a game day or something like that. That's kind of what I would do if I'm just easing into camp. So
yeah, I mean, looking at the whole situation, and Matt, you make good points as well. I kind of feel like it's similar. There needs to be a solid ramp up period, and I think that they have that in general. Like it or not, freak accidents happen, but the magic of the preseason and training camp and these games that will be played in about a month is it's next man up mentality. I mean, this is what you have to have going into training camp, right? Like, if somebody were to go down with an injury in week 8, this roster is not going to handle it any different. I mean, there's somebody else that's lined up to take your job. And I hate to name it like that because Scourton's a talented player. I can't discount him for that, just for example. But it's more so for training camp, you have to prepare yourself for these moments. And sometimes there are teams that have to face the, adversity of a massive impact player going down with an injury. And, this is where the depth comes into it, where it plays a massive part in it. So, with a solid ramp up period, which I would assume they already have in place to try and prevent this thing from happening. I mean, it's even at the high school and college levels to where they kind of forbid pads to be used at certain levels. And the unfortunate part of training camp is this is not going to be the only injury we see. So it's just a part of the game, unfortunately, but I like it almost in a sense of this is next man up, see what the Panthers have, roll them out week 1, and maybe get some guys some minutes with the starting defense that weren't really anticipating it yesterday, So that's where I stand on it, at least, and kind of maybe a brighter side to it, because tearing your ACL is not fun, but I think looking at it in a light of this is opportunities for other people is maybe a fun light. But anyways, on a brighter note, guys, we have the AFC North to do today, and this is
the last of the AFC.
Exactly. The AFC will be completely finished today, which means next week we'll be starting with the NFC East and then work our way
West. I've already done the Rams and Seahawks.
All right, we're doing the West. So the most fun. So we're going the opposite way around the compass this time and finding our way back to the North.
Matt said, "Screw you."
It's all right. But no, we're very excited to finish with the AFC. So without further ado, I say we get the Steelers out of the way. That's my pick. Can we do that first?
The Steelers.
Yeah.
Ben, do you have
a let's do the Steelers.
All right.
Yeah, the Steelers are fine.
All right. Bringing up the Steelers. Steelers, last year's division winner, of course, made the wild card round and put on a performance against the Texans. And I thought it was very fitting for their offensive and defensive metrics to finish 16th. Just beautiful, perfect, finishing right where the Steelers should every single year. But the major offseason addition, subtraction, however you want to phrase it, Mike Tomlin stepped down, and he's going to pursue TV. He's out of Pittsburgh for the first time since 2008, 2006, something like that. And they bring in Mike McCarthy. And he brings over Brian Angelico from Minnesota. I think I got that right. And Pat Graham from Vegas, who we talked about last week, kind of some of its parts defense in Vegas and got a lot out of a defense that wasn't great. And then their offseason kind of keeping their players. Cam Hayward's still playing at a high level. They brought him back. Nick Herbig, they brought, again, like, this is what edge rushers get now, 25 a year for 4 years for, a good above-average rusher. Darnell Washington, Aaron Rodgers was brought back, and then Asante Samuel and Chris Boswell were also brought back. Their big trade, I guess, was trading for Pittman and extending him, similar to what they did with DK Metcalf a year ago, but not quite the haul that they got for DK. They didn't have to give up a 50th pick. They only had to give up like a little 6th and 7th round swap with the Colts to get that done, and they give him a little extension. And then the free agency period, Jamel Dean to play outside corner, Rico Dowdle, he knows Mike McCarthy from his days in Dallas, Sebastian Joseph Day, Jaquan Brisker,
Screw Mike
and
McCarthy.
Brock Hoffman and then their big departures, Kenneth Gainwell led the team in catches last year, so maybe that is a massive. But I'm looking at this list, and I thought Sam Malu was a pretty big loss, but they filled it out pretty nicely with what they're going to do at guard. And then Jonnu Smith, James Pierre, Calvin Austin, Kyle Duggar. And their draft, of course, kind of turned heads in a not with who they pick, but who they didn't get to select with Mekhi Lemon and ending up with Ianachor at the end of round 1. They traded up for Jeremy Bernard, and I can't remember, did they trade up for Drew Aller? But they picked Drew Aller in round 3 and Dalen Everett in round 3. They traded up for Jennings Dunker, that's who it is. And then 5 day 3 selections, including Eli Heidenreich out of Navy. Shout out.
It's just people's favorites. People loved him.
Dude, he's the man. He's the man. And then the remaining questions, this was one that this was kind of sitting on for the last few weeks. Is there still an elite defense left to tap into here? Bring up their depth chart. I don't see many holes to really tap into and really, pick apart. I think they are going to have 3 really good cover corners in Joey Porter, Jamel Dean, and Ramsey likely playing the nickel. The safeties are a little sketch, but they're both good at coming down into the box and tackling in Deshaun Elliott and Jaquan Brisker. And then the pass rush is really, really good. I think Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Derek Harmon maybe step up. Alex Highsmith is still there, and then Herbig, who we talked about getting an extension. And Watt is one of those guys that he could pop off and have one of those 14 sack seasons. Does he still have those in them? That would make them an elite defense, where he only had, I believe, 7 sacks last year. So
7, yep.
That was something that I was thinking about. Where again, this is do we get back to the black and yellow Steelers of old, where it's one of the best defenses in the league?
Steel curtain.
And then my other question was, I have no idea what this offense is going to do. But them trading up for a receiver in the top 50 and trading for Michael Pittman makes me believe they're going to lean into 11 personnel. I don't know that for sure. So I'm kind of speculating. But McCarthy, when they were at his best in Dallas in 2023, they had the number 1 EPA per play in 11 personnel at over 72%. So I'm not saying this is guaranteed going to happen, but by the way that they operated and the way he's talked about Rodgers, about how he wants to, we're going to play to Rodgers' strengths. Well, what's Rodgers' one strength? Spitting the ball out quickly and creating yak opportunities for his guys. Well, how do we do that? We get as many pass catchers. We get as many receivers on the field. And so that's where my head goes. I could absolutely be wrong because Washington and Freiermuth are really good tight ends, but that's where my head goes. It was something I was thinking about. There's not many questions to ask about the Steelers offense. It's going to be a Rodgers offense. He's going to get the ball out quickly, and it's going to suck to watch, fundamentally.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun to watch. It would kill me, though, if they just did 11 personnel, right? Because Darnell Washington is the perfect, 12 personnel tight end, and just like he's just another like offensive lineman that can just be out there on the field, and like he is legitimately like the best blocking tight end in the entire league. And then that adds on top of like who you drafted later and Riley Nowakowski, which is like another guy that kind of like slots really well into like a non-11 personnel offensive role. So it would kill me. I wonder if it's more so just them like saying, all right, we're going to just gather all of these pieces so we can just do whatever we want to do on offense. Because again, if you want to really have a fullback, centric offense, you absolutely could. With Nowakowski, who you drafted, if you want to do 12 personnel, you absolutely could do with Freiermuth and Darnell Washington. And then again, if you wanted to do just 11, you absolutely could do that as well. So I'm wondering if it's just like, we're going to leave our options open. We're going to see what fits. But like, I would be in physical pain if they did not use both of these tight ends, just because like this is literally the perfect tandem that you would ask for when running a 12 personnel offense.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, one of the things that I thought was fun about the Steelers last year was the whole Kenneth Gainwell thing, and you guys tapped on it a little bit. Kenneth Gainwell was a fun part of this offense because nobody expected him to be kind of taken off as much as he did, right? And with him going to Tampa Bay, it makes me curious to know, will Rico Dowdle have the same amount of production in this offense as he did in Carolina previously? Just because the Steelers didn't really save too much money making this change. Now, if I remember correctly, Dowdle was also somebody that was playing well under Mike McCarthy in Dallas. So, I mean, this is a decent move. And then I also like the addition of Michael Pittman as well. I think the Colts kind of lost big on that, even though, like, listen, I know everybody's not that big of a fan of Michael Pittman, but, like, he's a veteran guy that I think can still be productive on the right offense. I'm excited to see what he can do with a veteran quarterback like Aaron Rodgers compared to, just journeyman quarterbacks for the last few years. But ultimately, it's the offense that I'm kind of worried about. Like you guys said, the defense, we'll see, I guess. So I don't necessarily have to touch on it too much. But, there's guys like, okay, for example, and I'll hit on it. And again, this isn't a Bears podcast. This is a football one. But Jaquan Brisker, like what version of Jaquan Brisker are you going to get? Because he is sometimes like awful in coverage, but he's also really good if you're going to send him on a blitz. Sometimes he can be a little bit okay. It just depends. He's a very touch and go kind of guy. Not only that, but he's also on a 1-year prove-it deal. Is he going to be somebody that gets a payday next offseason and, explodes under this new defense? He's somebody I'm going to be watching for just because he was an older Bear, but also because, I would say this is a better defense. We'll see how that goes. It's an interesting team to say the least. I wouldn't go as far as to say they're my favorites by any means, but there's something about just paying Aaron Rodgers $22.5 million in 2026 that just bothers me. But then again, what else are you going to do? If you suck, cool, 2027 is going to be awesome. If you're good, cool, I guess. I don't know what you would want here as a Steelers fan. It's a weird spot to be in.
Yeah, well, to the defense of it all, it's just very, very hard for me to buy into this defense because you're just asking a lot from. I hate putting this way, but it's really the only way that I can put it. You're just asking a lot from like older pieces on defense, right? Like we've seen TJ Watt, regress. Cam Hayward is awesome, and I absolutely no disrespect to him, but he is 37 years old. Jalen Ramsey we've seen him take steps back. He's been good now. What Jalen Ramsey are we getting? Patrick Queen has now came back down to earth. This defense is really like that big question mark to me, and it's just like there are a lot of swing players on this defense that could go like either way, right? Like TJ Watt again could have a 17 sack season, but it's very well within the realm of possibility that he has 7 sacks. Cam Hayward's age catches up to him, things like that. Patrick Queen continues to just not live up to that contract. So this defense is, I think you're asking a lot from older guys that might have regressed, and you're really hoping that some guys can step up. And I just don't know if Jaquan Brisker is that guy that steps up and really like fills into a role on defense the way that you would hope someone would. So this defense is really that touch and go piece for me. I do have a fun question for you guys, though, before we get into the schedule prediction and possible breakout players for them. If Aaron Rodgers were to go down, again, he's 42 years old, and obviously we're not wishing injury upon anyone. But if you were to go down or miss a majority of the season, do you try to run it out and say, hey, like we have confidence in this team, we'll do, Mason Rudolph? Or do you just say, to hell with it, Drew Allard, get out there, let's see what you got, kid? Like where do we, if you had to make that decision, what decision would you guys make?
That it's interesting, right? I think that we're gonna see it. I really do, and it's not just because it's Aaron Rodgers. He's hating on it, dude. He's so old. Okay. I'm not saying that. And again, I think a lot of it too.
Ryan is saying he's going to disintegrate on the field.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I deal with that all the time. He'll be cremated just right then and there.
I am talking about like
he's going to wither into dust like Avengers.
I'm talking about Hendrickson got added to the Ravens defense, dude. This guy is not living past 2026. Sorry, Ben.
I'm talking about a significant injury, though, right? Like, if it's 1 or 2 games, like obviously, I think you just talk yourself in and say it's Mason. But like, if he's not playing for 10 games or something, again, do you then turn to this rookie who is a project, and we just say, get out there, kid, and figure it out? When we know that like he has to basically, I mean, the report was that like we're teaching him how to play quarterback again. And like, is the way to just throw him out there, or do you try to figure it out and see if you can try to make some kind of push with Mason? But again, sorry.
Can I ask a question that's similar to what you're asking?
Sure.
How bad does it have to get before Drew Allard comes in? What record would you have to have as Mike McCarthy, first year as the head coach of the Steelers, right? You're trying to tell the NFL you can still do this after a year break. Like, how bad does it have to get before you're like, go ahead, Because to me, to answer your question, and I hope you guys answer that one too. But just
I think it would have to be very bad.
You're not benching Aaron Rodgers in his last season. That's not happening.
Okay, this is in the scenario Aaron Rodgers is hurt, and it's okay. Let's say Aaron Rodgers plays the first 5 weeks. This is very crazy hypothetical. Plays the first 5 weeks, get hurt on week 6. He's out for the next 7 weeks, right? And Mason Rudolph plays a couple, and at this point, I haven't even looked at their schedule yet. But at this point, okay, it's week, what did I say, 7? So let's say that they're 3-4, and Mason Rudolph wins them another game out of the next 3. It's not a favorable situation. Is this a time to where you're like, sure? This is stupid. I just gave you the most crazy hypothetical ever.
If Aaron Rodgers has any semblance of coming back, you can't turn to Drew Allard. Because again, the whole thing with Drew Allard is just like he has to rebuild his mechanics. He has to get out there, and like throwing him out for 3 games and being like, okay, time for you to go and sit back on the bench again. It's just like you just can't do that, and like just with any rookie quarterback to like that extent. like if you put in a rookie quarterback, halfway through the season, you better just be ready to ride that out for the rest of the season. And again, to Matt's point, you're not going to bench Aaron Rodgers in his last season. It won't happen. So
I mean, let me just preface this before Matt says anything too. As a podcast, I'm going to speak for the three of us. We don't hope any ill will. We don't pray any ill will towards Aaron Rodgers, right? It's just like you kind of have to plan for this, though, right? Like,
no,
Okay,
you absolutely
then we have to do that
something
for
in
every
place.
team. Like that's the
Not
problem
really,
with
though.
it.
He's old. His bones are fragile. You ever hear about
Did
the
he
old
get hurt
people where their
last year?
bones break before they even
Did he miss
fall?
any games last year?
I'm not saying that.
I am. I'll go on the record.
No, he did miss the Bears game, didn't he?
He did. He
Yeah.
dodged us. He
Yeah.
wanted to
It's
protect the
4
legacy.
games, I think.
He
He
did.
dodged us. That was the last
Um,
game that he missed, and then he came back the next one
I think
because it was a short week. They played Thursday Night Football.
To
I'm
answer
telling you,
Ben's
he
question,
dodged the Bears to protect his image in Chicago.
I'm probably playing Rudolph. Just being honest. I again.
no matter
and
what.
I don't know. I don't know if they like Will Howard. Like that's the part of this that I think does factor in, even as goofy as that sounds with a 6th-round pick, but I think there is juice behind like Will Howard and the narrative of like, oh, he's a PA kid, right? Like he loved the Steelers growing up. Mike McCarthy's from PA. Like there is that level of like narrative behind it, but I don't know. It's a weird question. It would probably be Rudolph because they're not going to be anywhere bad enough to where they're just like turning to Aller. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there a world where like the Cardinals trade for Mason Rudolph if everything's going well for Aaron Rodgers?
God.
Why would the Cardinals trade for him?
I mean, because
Back,
he's the
though.
starting quarterback before. Like, I'm not saying he's great, but like, let's say Brissett just sucks. Like,
You play
No,
back.
that's kind of the whole plan. Yeah.
Yeah, you just play
Okay.
back. Like
that's fair.
I get your point. If someone's trading for Rudolph, it's more so they don't like their backup situation and they really like Aller or Will Howard. That's my
Yeah.
personal
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay. Let's
Breakout.
what do we
Wow,
have?
breakout player.
Breakout, yes. Yeah.
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 My guy is someone that Matt had already mentioned, and like maybe this is like cheating because like he's already like a good player. Like this is like that Cedric Gray kind of line that I'm writing here, because I think breakout might be a little bit of like a tough line here because he's already a good player. But it's Derek Harmon. I think Derek Harmon's name will be like talked about more within like the national media as like this. Hey, like this is a very, very good player. Maybe we should focus a little bit more attention on how good like this, defensive end tackle is because they run the 3-4. Like he's actually very good, and like let's show him some light because I do think he had a very good season and it just wasn't talked about enough. So Derek Harmon is my quote unquote breakout player. But again, I just think it's going to be the media's talking about him more because he's already done a pretty good job of being a good player.
Ryan, do you have one?
No.
Jermaine Davis.
I was teeing him up to say Sawyer. That was what I was trying to get.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
Jermaine Davis.
Jeez. I'm gonna say Peyton Wilson. I think there's again if he can really click in terms of like a run and hit player next to Queen, that's kind of the weakest part of this defense, right? Like that. I think that's the one part of this defense that holds you back of like, oh, maybe they're not great, but the other one on offense, obviously Caleb Johnson. So we're still holding stock.
That's where I thought you were going.
I'm still buying stock because it's never been lower. All right, everybody buy your Caleb Johnson stock. It's never been lower. It's practically free. He's gonna break. It's just like Estime. All right, the Estime game happened last year. Okay, just we have to keep holding. We have to keep holding, and so Yeah, I think Caleb Johnson is a worthy buy. But let's get into
so happy
the
you
schedule.
said Peyton Wilson. Like he absolutely would have been my pick, but like I can't keep on just picking the guys that I fell in love with in the draft. Like that's something I can't keep doing. So I'm so happy you said Peyton Wilson.
All right. So the Steelers, I'm prefacing, the Steelers had the absolute worst schedule graphic. So just preparing everybody, I had to go out on a limb here and pick a different one from Yahoo. So this was Yahoo. Good job, Yahoo. The Steelers
I wonder
one,
what was the original one.
the Steelers one was literally just like the printable ones. Like it's like a player on the right side and then just the names of the teams. So they're strict business. If that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like there was no logos, it was just name, time across, like the printable schedules that you get. So they had no graphics. The Steelers are strict business this year, all right? So I took that into account. But this one I thought was
So that affected my line. I'm just kidding.
yeah, it affected me. It made me I was like, okay. All right.
It affects me
Mike
too. You're going
McCarthy's
0-16. F. Anyways. I'm kidding.
F.
Oh,
All
it's seven.
right, the odds 8.5. 8.5, yes. Vegas knows. They're third in the division, a little over 5-1. Conference 23-1, and then the Super Bowl 50-1, tied with the Buccaneers and the Vikings. So those are the teams tied with them for the Super Bowl. Does anybody want to start us off with the schedule predictions?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got you.
Oh no, yeah, you go.
Okay. Okay. They're losing against Atlanta, losing against New England, beating the Bengals, beating the Browns, beating the Colts, losing to the Bucks, starting 3-3.
So I got 3-3 in a completely different way there, and I'm now just realizing that and I swear to God I didn't do this on purpose. I have them winning their home games and losing their away games. So I have them beating the Falcons, losing to the Patriots, beating the Bengals, losing to the Browns, beating the Colts, losing to the Bucks. Again, swear I didn't do it on purpose. But picking the division games in this division is always so much fun because no matter who it is, no matter the talent difference, it doesn't matter. All that goes out the window. All of these teams hate all of the other teams within this division, and it's just a dogfight every single time any of these play each other.
Yeah, it's never good football. I have them losing to the Falcons and then winning the rest.
Wow.
Hi,
Yeah,
man.
I don't know what I did, but yeah, this happened. That's how I got. That's where I got. So they're 5-1.
All right, middle row. I have them losing to the Saints, beating the Browns, bye week. I have them losing to the losing to the Bengals, losing to the Eagles, losing to the Broncos. So 1-4 in that stretch, bringing me to 4-7.
That's just that 6-game stretch, given the next three are in the following row, but that 6-game stretch of the Bengals, Eagles, Broncos, Texans, Jags, and Ravens,
They're gonna die.
that that has to be one of the hardest 6-game stretches in the entire NFL.
That's the Thanos snap, guys. The Thanos snap.
Well, speaking of the Thanos snap, they're losing to the Saints, beating the Browns, and then losing the next three to the Bengals, Eagles, and Broncos. So they are 4-7.
I have them losing to the Saints. Shout out Pari. Sweeping the Browns, going to the bye. What is that? 6-2, and then they lose to the Bengals, Eagles, and then beat the Broncos.
Okay, so you have them at 7-4.
I like the schedule.
Last row, I have them losing to the Texans, beating the Jaguars in like the grossest game ever, losing to the Ravens. God, now beating the Panthers, beating the Titans, and then we'll go with beating the Ravens as well. So 4 wins in that stretch, making them 8-9 on the season. Oh, they are not
Nice.
over 500 because Tomlin left. Crazy stuff.
Oh. I have them losing the back three of the Thanos snap to the Texans, Jags, and Ravens. I have them beating the Panthers and Titans, and then losing to the Ravens. So I think comfortably the low man on the Steelers at 6-11 on the season.
Fair enough.
Never learn. You never learn. They lose to the Texans. They lose to the Jaguars. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Panthers. They lose to the Titans. They lose to the Ravens. All roads lead to 9-8, gentlemen. Every year, all roads lead to 9-8. And even with my start, 6-2 at the bye, doesn't matter. All roads lead to 9-8 for the Steelers.
Ceiling, floor. Ceiling.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
The
Go
floor,
first.
8 wins. The
9-9.
ceiling, 10.
Okay. No, I think I'm definitely closer to their floor. Like I would say their floor is like 5 wins. Again, this is just like everything just going like grossly incorrect. Again, all those pieces on defense, like I said, just falling apart. Like Aaron Rodgers, just like it's your farewell tour for a reason, buddy. Like good luck. So I think like their floor is 5 wins. And yeah, I mean, like if everything goes great, I think like 10 wins at max.
My one thing with that. So we did this with the West. They are getting both South divisions and their own like winnable division. So that's why like the floor being 5 feels impossible to me because they get too many bad teams or like equal teams, if that makes sense. Where like the AFC West we talked about, it's like I think the Broncos are really good, but their ceiling is only 12 because this schedule is cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm that high on them in general. So I mean, I'll say the floor's like 7 wins, and I'll go the ceiling's 10. So I mean, the spread is exactly where it needs to be. I don't think this is, crazy stuff. But I think this could. I mean, it's not great. Like they're gonna get an okay player in the draft that's gonna be fine, but like their quarterback situation is going to be really weird, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah. All right, so that'll do it for the Steelers. Just to recap, I have them at 8-9. Ben has them at 6-11. Matt has them at 9-8.
They're winning 7.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Spite us. Where do we want to go?
Browns.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Everybody get ready. Everybody
Yeah, get ready. Breakout player Shedeur Sanders.
get excited.
Will this be the first team to ever go 0-16 twice?
No. There's too many good players.
No. Yeah, they're
The Browns.
Their offense, I like the pieces they have. We'll get into it.
So
Browns.
the last season, 5-12. They were one of the bottom 3 offenses and one of the 5 best defenses. That simple, what they were doing last year. And then Shedeur. Shedor's the reason why this is 37 quarterbacks, because he was 37 in both metrics. So that I just wanted to put that in perspective. There are 37 qualified quarterbacks, and in both EPA and success rate, he was the worst. So again, just prefacing that. They made a massive coaching change, hiring Todd Monken. It seemed like there was a lot of people who wanted Udinsky from the Jags, and then somebody wanted Schwartz, and ultimately the compromise was Todd Monken. That is what I have heard. He brings over Travis Switzer from Baltimore and Mike Rutenberg from Atlanta. Rutenberg is someone who has some ties with him in the past. So again, maybe Georgia? I can't remember. And then most of their keeps, Ronnie Hickman, Tevin Jenkins, DeJuan Jones, Tevin Jenkins is going to start. DeJuan Jones is a cool swing tackle. Ronnie Hickman's going to play safety. The reason I listed their kicker, punter, and long snapper, you're probably wondering why. They were 32nd in DVOA on special teams last year. And they decided, let's bring everybody back who's a part of the special teams unit. I thought that was the funniest thing for like 5 minutes. I don't know. That's just a new coach walking in and saying, I don't want to have to deal with that. So we're just going to bring everybody back, no matter how bad it is. And then we'll get to the trade. We'll go to free agency first. Zion Johnson, Elgton Jenkins, and Quincy Williams are the big ones. And then some guys. Daniel Thomas from the Lions, he had guaranteed money into his contract, so he's likely going to make the roster. Khalil Davis, and then Miles Bryant. They also have Miles Harden in the nickel room. So I thought that was funny. Both of those guys have last names of iconic shooting guards, and they're both Miles. And they traded a Miles. Perfect segue. They traded Myles Garrett to the Rams for a first-round pick this year, a second next year, and a third the year after. Also for Jared Verse. Again, just a massive swing. When they did it as soon as they could on June 1st. Did it before A.J. Brown could even get moved. They also traded for Titus Howard. So, again, a completely remade offensive line. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But their main free agents that they lost, this was kind of like a bummer, right? Like a lot of these guys were on that 2020 COVID team that won the division, like Batonio, Teller, Conklin, and Njoku. So that was one of those things where it's like, this is kind of a new era of the Browns. Devin Bush was really the only major loss going to Chicago. He played really good last year. And then their draft. They traded down to draft Spencer Fano. They had Casey Concepcion from the Jaguars trade. They took Denzel Boston and then traded up for Emmanuel McNeil Warren, and also took Austin Barber, one of Ben's guys, in round 3 as a possible developmental swing tackle. They also have 5 day 3 picks. So again, make note of their draft. They nailed their draft last year by many haters, me, but again, so we'll see if they can strike twice. And then the big questions: can this offense environment convince us that a rookie is good in 2027? Why I say this is there's just a ton of new that we know nothing about. They have 4 out of 5 new offensive line starters. They have 2 clearly ready-made pass catchers that I think they want to be good right away in KC and Denzel Boston. Quinshon Judkins is coming off a broken leg. The only guarantee on this offense is Fannin, right? And Fannin, again, like he's a scat tight end. Like he's not a traditional tight end. So it's just a lot of new and a lot of weird a part of this offense. I think Todd Monken can make it work. My second point, defense is still going to be good. I think they have just too many good players. Again, like Mason Graham could have another good year. Jared Verse is on the defensive line. Malik Collins had a really good year, but again, that was kind of in conjunction because Myles Garrett was so great. And then you get to the secondary, like Delpit is still around. But mainly where this come from is I think Carson Schwessinger is just a beast. And I think he's going to be awesome in the middle of the field. And no matter what defense he's going to be on, I think they're going to be good. And then the last one, you just got to throw it in there. Who's going to be the quarterback for this year? Does it matter? No. But it's something you got to talk about. I've said it, like, if you want to dodge the PR hit, just start Shador. If you want to win games and think there's a better option, you start Deshaun Watson. That's my personal opinion. But do you guys have any thoughts on the questions before we get into breakouts?
I want to get into breakouts so bad. So, but to get into this, I don't want to actually. Oh well, no. Okay, yeah. I'll just say I like the Myles Garrett trade a lot. Getting Verse was huge on this, and the Browns' future, I believe, got a lot brighter in that sense, despite the fact that they got rid of one of the best players in the league. Yes, they traded arguably the greatest edge rusher of all time for some youth, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. I'm sorry. I think he is.
He didn't stutter, buddy.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. I like him. I just don't know. Like, anyways,
he's mine. But Yeah, no, Ben, you said it. I mean, the offensive piece that they put together in free agency and in the draft, with Fano and
fun.
Concepcion and Boston, it is a lot of fun. And I kind of forgot about it, to be honest with you. Lots of stuff have happened since then. But I don't hate the moves that they've made on the offensive side of the ball. And then the defense, I mean, yes, you take a hit because of Myles Garrett, but how much of a hit do you take when you add Jared Verse to that, right? Like if you were to just trade Myles Garrett away for the picks, like the Raiders did for Max Crosby to the Ravens, you know what I mean? Then we're having a completely different conversation to where you're projecting the EPA to be a lot worse than what it would have been with Verse. So with that being said, because they added such a valuable piece to that defensive line, it kind of adds an interesting wrench to the deal, because they didn't necessarily get too much worse, if that makes sense. Like, yes, they lost an awesome edge rusher, but they got a very good one in return, if that's the best way I could probably put that.
Yeah.
And he's young, and he'll be good for them for a good amount of time. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But I've got a heck of a take that I can't wait to get into, to cover the rest of it. So. Ben, I'll leave the rest up to you.
I quite want to hear it. I basically, you covered everything I wanted. This offense is going to be fun. I don't know if fun translates to good, but you have a lot of fun young offensive pieces. Again, the defense is what it is. Like the defense isn't going to be like the worst defense in the entire NFL, but also like you're not going to be just blown away with how great and amazing it is. So I'm quite interested to hear who your breakout player is. I
want to go last.
Is it Taylon Green? To Matt's point, is your breakout player Taylon Green, the quarterback?
Who are your guys' breakout?
Before we get into breakouts, pick a quarterback: Shador or Deshaun Watson. I'm picking
Taylon
Shador.
Green.
Clip it, chat.
It's my breakout player, Deshaun Watson. This would be the most Browns thing ever to happen in the history of football. They trade for this guy. He's an absolute scumbag. He's trash when he plays. He gets hurt. It's a complete downfall. They draft this guy that had a historic fall. All the hype in the world leading up to the draft, and then it's just catastrophic at that point. He returns to form somehow, some way after taking a couple great receivers in the draft, and puts together arguably the greatest receiving core that he's had in his time in the NFL. I mean, you piece together a decent offensive line as well. If this guy can play average football, whoa. Deshaun Watson, guys.
He was throwing to Prime D-Hop. Wait, the receiver thing. I'm like, he's throwing to two
Who
rookies.
else did he have? Who else did he have?
Will Fuller was goated. Will Fuller was sick. Kenny Stills was sick. Come on. Prime D-Hop, because he is so
valid.
Because he is so good. He raises it up. We're talking about two rookies and Jerry Jeudy here, bro.
Hold on a minute.
Settle down.
Let me correct myself then. The greatest receiving core that he's had since then, okay? All right, my bad. But still, a very good receiving core is my point.
Maybe.
This is great.
There's two rookies.
Could be.
Maybe.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay, we could play that card if we want, but I'm very high on him, and that's the place.
High on Watson.
The point that no, Conception in Boston is what I'm trying to say. Is I'm high on both of these guys, and they got both of them. Like, these are great weapons to have, and then you put alongside Jerry Jeudy as well. Like, I don't care who's playing quarterback at this point. Like, you're gonna have great weapons. But here's the Harold.
So it sounds like your breakout
play.
So it sounds like your breakout players are Denzel Boston and KCC.
No, it's Watson. It's Watson.
I'm going with Watson. With Watson because it would be the most.
Is Watson
Browns
throwing
thing
for
ever.
4K? Yes or no?
Just shy.
Damn it.
Dude, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to do it. How many quarterbacks have thrown for 4,000 yards in the last 2 years? Like, it
was like 8 last year.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't.
Honorable mention EMW.
Could you shut
I
up?
like him. Ouch! I'm
Anyways.
sorry, man. Jeez.
Anyways, my breakout player is EMW.
Okay, I get it.
Walked into that one.
Yeah, I love him. I was right last year on my safety. We'll see if we can get it again. I think he's just going to be too good to keep off the field, whether that's at like your safety role, whether that's at like your star or Viper backer role, whatever you want to call it. I just think he's just going to be like very good, and he's just going to be hard to keep off the field. So regardless of like the official position he plays, I think he's just going to find the way on the field. He is he's just going to be good. He's no Eamon Wari, but he'll be talked about.
Matt?
Shador. It can't go. It can only go up. It can only go up. Can't we?
The sad
we have
truth
a
is,
breakout
it
player
just
off,
went.
Ryan. Looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like only one of our quarterbacks are throwing for 4,000 yards this season. Perfect timing. Shador. We're doing it.
Joke's
Hey,
on you. It's
what-
actually going to be Dylan Gabriel.
No, joke's on you guys.
Okay,
both. It's
that
gonna be
one wasn't
Jalen
a funny
Green.
joke. That was too far. That was too far.
Too real.
Let's get into the schedule. All right. Sick
The
joke.
over under at like 5 wins.
Dylan Gabriel. They're over under 5.5.
Disgust me.
Dude,
The
I was
odds
joking.
juice to
That's
the
awesome.
over 21-1 to win the division. Anybody? Shador. Conference 86-1. They're tied with the Jets. Only the Dolphins are worse. And then Super Bowl 200-1. I think it's only the Cardinals and Dolphins
Easy
were
bet,
worse, and they
guys.
were
Easy bet.
tied with the Jets. So, yeah, this is the Browns. Who wants to go first?
Hey, you guys know what's funny about this schedule, by the way? The schedule design is that it's presented by Vivid Seats. And just like with the Deshaun Watson trade, I too was scammed on Vivid Seats. So,
You're scared.
anyways,
Deshaun Watson endorses Vivid Seats because it scammed you.
Okay, we're going row by row. First one on the left. They will lose to the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's down and then up.
It's
down.
it's actually column, buddy.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna slap you, dude. Bring
Would you shut up already?
Bring Column into my face. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? I have them
Bro.
losing to the Jags,
Put
losing to
you in
the.
a column.
Uh,
They beat
What
the
does that
Jets,
even
but
mean?
that's about it. They lose to everybody else in this row, so they start
Yeah,
1
Matt,
and
you
5.
better shut up.
I have them losing to the Jags, losing to the Buccaneers, beating the Panthers, losing to the Steelers, beating the Jets, their Super Bowl mate, and then losing to the Ravens.
What does that put you at? I
2 and
kinda
2 and 4.
Okay, sweet. Ben,
I have them losing to the Jags, Bucks, and Panthers, beating both the Steelers and Jets, and then losing to the Ravens. Also putting me at 2 and 4.
I have them losing to the Titans, losing to the Steelers, losing to the Saints, losing to the Texans, somehow losing to the bye week, and then losing to the Raiders.
Shoot. They lost at the bye, too.
1 and 10.
They lose to everybody on this row for me. For audio listeners, they lose to the Titans, lose to the Steelers, lose to the Saints, lose to the Texans, lose to the bye, just as Ryan said, and then lose to the Raiders. This is not good for my Shador agenda.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. They're losing every one of these games. So they're 2 and 9 here. So
All right. So you
good thing I
guys
didn't
figured
pick
it
one of
out.
their quarterbacks as my breakout player.
Who would do such a thing?
Lose to the Bengals. Beat the Falcons. Good vibes. Yeah. They lose to the Giants, lose to the Ravens, beat the Colts, lose to the Bengals. So 1, 2 wins out of that. So they finish 3-14 to my count.
I have them kind of
count.
just going back and forth. They'll beat the Bengals, lose to the Falcons, beat the Giants, lose to the Ravens, beat the Colts, lose to the Bengals, finishing 5-12. Same record as last year.
Hey, there you go. I have them losing to the Bengals and Falcons, beating the Giants and Ravens, and then losing to the Colts and Bengals. That puts them at 4-13.
Yikes. Floor ceiling?
Is their floor, 3 wins and their ceiling 5 wins?
No,
Bang.
I think the floor is genuinely like 1 to 2 wins, and their ceiling is
not
like maybe
that
7.
bad. I don't think.
No,
it can be that
I truly
bad.
think they do have enough talent on offense.
Hey, wait, hold on a minute. Let's say Deshaun Watson for a second returns to form.
Why are you trying to make this Deshaun Watson thing happen? What is
And-
going on?
If we get Houston Deshaun Watson, does this team win?
It's
10
not gonna
games?
happen.
But does that happen? Let's just move back like 5 years.
It can't
Does this
happen. We're getting Colorado Shador, dude.
But does it?
Oh,
Is that bet? No, that's not better. If you get Houston Deshaun Watson in here, they're
The
winning
last
10
middle
games.
finger is him winning 7 games. That is
No,
the last
dude.
middle finger to them.
He
They
goes
win
9
7
and 8.
games. The Rams win the Super Bowl, so they're picking 10th and 32nd, and they can't get a quarterback. That's the final middle finger of this trade. I'm telling you right now. That's what's going to happen. He's the healthiest man. He plays as good as Ryan hopes he is, apparently. They win 7 games.
I didn't
The
say
Rams-
that.
The Rams
Didn't
get the
say that.
32nd pick, and they're picking like in a range where they have to pick a prospect similar to, I don't know, the guy who was picked 10th a few years ago, J.J. McCarthy. That's the
Hold on
worst
a
case
minute.
scenario.
Hold on a minute. Let me make a point here. We live in a world where Daniel Jones last season was an MVP candidate. You can't tell me this can't happen.
It can't happen. It can't happen.
I agree with Matt.
Because this
I'll go
guy
ahead
is
and put the
coming off
ceiling
a
at 10 wins.
he's coming off a torn Achilles in which before that he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the sport.
Well, yeah,
I'm
he
not
was
saying
just a
Daniel
little-
Jones is awesome.
He was just
but
a
at
little sad
least-
boy. You know, he couldn't get his rub downs.
It's just I
Okay. Okay.
Listen,
Okay,
we can
Bango
talk about it, but here's the
Hole.
thing: like, there's a difference between like understanding. Like, listen, I genuinely think, like, we've seen some crazy stuff happen. Like, Joe Flacco is still performing at a decent level somehow,
He's
I
a
don't know
backup.
how.
He's a backup.
but he's still good. Like, he
No,
could
he
start
isn't.
for the Colts. He could start for the
Ooh,
Colts
good is
right now,
not-
dude.
No, he couldn't.
Good is
He
not.
could totally do it. And here's the thing, like,
You were
I'm
just shitting all over Rodgers for being 42. Wait a minute. What are we doing?
I would
He's
I would
gonna
take
dust
Flacco
away
over
or
Rodgers
whatever.
right now, actually. But anyways, no, I genuinely just think in a
Okay.
crazy league like the NFL, Deshaun Watson
This
can
wacky
play okay.
league.
This guy can be average at least. If this guy's average, they're winning 8 games.
No.
Yeah. An average quarterback can win 8 games on this team.
I like again, you are way higher on the offensive infrastructure than I am. That's where the disconnect comes in. If those guys are good and he plays average, I do agree they can win 7, 8, 9 wins.
Thank you. See that? Thank you. Thank you. Now
I
you're being
do
impartial.
agree, like,
I get the
if-
guy's a scumbag, and we don't want this to happen.
Yes. No,
but,
no. I
Like,
I understand where you're going. It's just our own disconnect of like the players. And it's not even me being like, I don't like these players as prospects, so I think they're gonna fail. It's more so they are rookies in an offense that again, there's just so much projection that I'm just hesitant on saying anything good about this offense right now.
Yes.
And the quarterback, the last time we've seen either of them, were the worst in the sport. So it's
Let me ask
really
you this.
hard to make
Can I ask you
any plus for this team on offense.
Could, oh my God, why?
My floor ceiling is 2 wins and 7 is the ceiling.
Can I ask you? Okay, Denzel Boston. Can he perform at Josh Downs' rookie year level? 800 yards, 5 touchdowns.
They're different players, but like ideally, yeah.
I'm just saying stat wise. Like,
Yeah, like I
could he do it?
yeah.
What would KC be at that point? Like, can you? I mean, give him a ceiling and.
I think the
floor
best
at that
case scenario
point?
is you come away with like Fannin. It we know is a good player, and one of the 2 rookie receivers are good. I think that's the like.
Yes.
That is the best case scenario. I think it's
And
going to be very
yeah.
hard to say both of them are awesome, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
When's the
no,
last time you've seen that?
I mean, I don't know, because I mean, worst case scenario. Here's the thing, because I know that Denzel Boston, correct me if I'm wrong, is kind of like the more. Is he the more big bodied? Am I getting the 2 mixed up?
Yes, Boston
he is
is
the more
huge.
big bodied
KC
guy.
is twitchy.
So like, worst case scenario, he sits at third string. Judy leads the pack, and then you've got, KC. Here's the thing, man. And I know this is where we differ. You already made that point, but like, I genuinely like the upside of these offensive guys so much to where I hope that for Cleveland's sake, whether it's with the quarterback on the team or not, like, these guys are good for a very long time for them, and I think that they can be. But more importantly, and all jokes aside, I know that, we might have lost a couple people after the Deshaun stuff, but like, genuinely speaking, if any of these quarterbacks on this roster can play at a somewhat, maybe even slightly below average level, I think that these players can make a very big difference on this team compared to what we saw last year. And I'm excited about that. And so because of that, like, I project their ceiling to be a little bit higher, but I'll end
Can
it
I
on
say
that.
that? I think your excitement is around new. It's just new, so it's fun. Does that make sense?
No, and I get that, maybe a little bit, but my thing is, like, I genuinely like both of these players. If you remember in the draft video, I believe I even made a point of it after night 1 of being like, they came out with a good player, and then like there's still people on the board, and then we look at our draft recap, and it's like, this is a winner. Like, the Cleveland Browns are a winner of the 2026 NFL draft. They came out of here swinging, and they made positive strides. They traded Myles Garrett, sure, but at the same time, they got Jared Verse, and they made good replacements, I guess is the word for it, on defense. Like, to shut their defense out of it and say, like, and trust me, I'm a guy that just said that they're going 3-14. I'm not necessarily believing this, but it's more like, for the Browns fans that are watching this, like, there's plenty of upside on here, and there's a lot that could go right. I understand that it sucks being a Browns fan, looking at the media and being like, listen, like, we're just getting absolutely pounded year after year after year. Can we just think about the positives here and what could go right? Like, whether that's Deshaun Watson being a scumbag but still playing decent football, and like their weapons being a good choice, and showing upside. If they can get 800 yards apiece between those 3 receivers and Fannin, you're talking really productive offense. That's crazy, actually, now that I say that. But like, somebody's got to get 500. So like, my thing is, like, they got to spread the ball around, but the fact that they have the weapons to do so, and the youth and the upside, I think it's fun. I don't know. I'm talking too much, but I want to give Browns fans at least a sign of hope of being like, listen, your quarterback situation sucks as it always does, but your defense is decent, and you've got some hope on offense, and maybe, just maybe, whoever starts at quarterback might just be slightly below average to average. And at that point, maybe your ceiling's 8 to 9 wins, which is cool in Cleveland. That's awesome. I don't know. Sorry. The App Fest is over. I'm done now. But,
Ben, do you have anything to say?
You're muted.
As I said, the offense is fun. That's the best thing that I can say about them. I realistically, again, like what are we expecting out of the offense? Built around these young players, but
Sneeze break.
it'll. Yep. Hopefully, I timed that up good.
No.
No,
geez,
it was
Bless you.
excellent.
Bless you, buddy.
I was trying.
You're good. You're good. Don't
But
derail him.
again, yeah, I'm. The show is already derailed. I lean much closer to Matt than I do Ryan, but fun is the word that I'll use to describe this Browns team.
To recap, I have them at 3-14. Ben has them at 4-13. Matt has them at 5-12. I hope we made this
Hi,
pleasant
man.
to watch at least for
Shador.
Browns.
Remember that. I'm Mr. AFC North this year.
All right. Gentlemen, what team should we push to next?
Bengals.
This show has been absolutely derailed since Matt came in with his pants down like Patrick in the SpongeBob movie.
That was not. No, I was walking in the door. I do not.
What's going on?
I don't broadcast from the bathroom. I was coming in late. I went to the bathroom. I thought I had time. I didn't.
Did you see
Get
my
ready.
underwear?
Let's talk
You wanna see
about
it
the
again?
Cincinnati Bengals. Last year, 6-11. They offensive EPA per play 20th. They were good in success rate. Their line was better than those numbers, I think, say, but their defense was not better than those numbers said. They were one of the bottom 5 defenses the whole year. The linebackers, it felt like it was spinning for them, those 2 rookies, and it just Trey Hendrickson barely played. That was another thing of didn't realize that until going back and doing this. He only played 6 games, and left one of them early. And then Burrow played in 8 games, so less than half, and he was kind of mid in those statistics by his standards, 13th in the EPA and tied for 7th in success rate. They made one coaching change. They upgraded James Casey to run game coordinator, so that was something they didn't have last year, and now they do have. They extended Orlando Brown, brought back Joe Flacco, brought back Dalton Reisner, something like that. Jalen Davis at nickel, and then Mitch Tinsley, baby. Shout out 2021 Western Kentucky. And then their biggest move was trading the 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence. And I think a lot of people looked at that and said, that's insane. The 10th pick for Dexter Lawrence coming off a down year. If there was any team who could do it, I think it's the Bengals. Just because from their list of just whiffing on these players, whiffing on these draft picks, and seemingly getting no production from these first rounders, I think trading the 10th overall pick is certainly fine for a rusher like him along the interior when there was none in this draft. Their free agency headlined by Boye Mafe and Brian Cook coming back to Cincinnati. John Allen, Josh Johnson was another one where there's guaranteed money. He's a third-string quarterback. So, again, they understand the Joe Flacco, or the Joe Burrow, injury thing. So they're paying 2 backup quarterbacks who have been around forever. So I thought that was hilarious that that was in there. And then Kyle Duggar looks to be kind of a swing safety. He has a potential to start, not really, slated in there. They're free agents. Not really many guys that are of note. Trey Hendrickson is a massive one, but more so because he went to Baltimore rather than him actually leaving, in my opinion. Geno Stone was not a good player last year. Joseph Osai goes to the Jets for a price you're willing to lose him for, I think. And then Noah Fant goes to the Saints. Their draft didn't have the first-round pick, as we mentioned, so they drafted Cassius Howell in the second to Cario Davis, and then followed it up with some offensive line depth. Connor Lew at center in round 4, which I think is an absolute steal because of his injury. Colby Young in round 4, big-bodied out of Georgia, and then Brian Parker, a center guard tackle hybrid out of Duke, who again he's played tackle, can play guard. I liked him at center, so who knows where he plays in a few years. Their big questions, just a big pass rush makeover. I think it all starts with Lawrence coming in, but again, I mentioned John Allen. I mentioned Boye Mafe is coming in. Hopefully this helps out a guy like Miles Murphy or even Shamar Stewart, who's probably more important because he has more contract years left. But does it make him passable? I think that's what all we're looking for at this point with the Bengals. Can they be a passable defensive line, pass rush, whatever you call it? The other thing was the run game. So this was something I spent some time on today watching some Bengals run game film when Burrow wasn't playing. When Burrow was out, I have the numbers right here. From week 2 to week 12, they were ranked second in rush EPA and fourth in rush success rate. And they were first in the percentage of runs stuffed. So that is runs of 0 or a loss. So truly, when Burrow wasn't playing, they were one of the best run games in the sport. And probably no one knew because, again, they were winning 6 games and they were out. It didn't matter. So that's kind of my biggest question, similar to how we mentioned like the Jaguars, how the Jaguars had that stretch to end last season of like the passing game was awesome. Is that real? Same thing here. A lot of their stuff was doing it under center. I know Burrow doesn't like doing stuff under center, but it could really help out. Like Chase Brown is a really good player. And then my last one, just throwing in there a little softball. The linebackers a little bit better. All 3 of them, again, PFF grades are not everything, but all 3 linebackers that played majority snaps, Oren Burks, Demetrius Knight, Barrett Carter, all ranked in the bottom 5 of coverage grades at linebacker. And 2 of them, both rookies, ranked in the bottom like 20-ish of run defense grades. So again, not everything, but you could feel it. You could feel the spine of that defense being very poor. So again, maybe second year in the system, it gets a little bit better, but that's what I got on the Bengals. Does anybody have anything to follow up with?
I'll let Ryan go first because I have a pretty good segue.
Yeah, the one thing that I am interested to see is how they kind of fix the edge rushing, or not edge rushing, but just pass rushing in general. Mm-hmm. Understanding they traded for Dexter Lawrence, I almost wonder if they kind of added by subtraction when it comes to losing Trey Hendrickson, because obviously when you add an awesome body into the middle of that line, it absolutely helps. Boye Mafe doesn't really move me too much, and paying him $20 million a year I think is kind of crazy. I don't really know if he's worth that price. But throwing Jonathan Allen alongside Dexter Lawrence in that interior offensive line, makes it kind of interesting. So, I mean, moving forward, it's fun, but another person to watch, in my opinion, would be Miles Murphy. In hopes that he has some kind of breakout year, hint, hint. And with that being said, I mean, when you see some pressure being taken off of him, I think that he could. So we'll see exactly what that all maps out to. And then, I mean, other than that, wasn't really too much to run home to. So I'm just hoping this team can stay healthy. This is something they've really worried about over the last few years, and Joe Burrow being a massive piece of that. But this is a really good team, or fun team to watch, rather, when Burrow is healthy. So just going forward, I just hope that's something that we see more of. And Flacco is somebody who we see less of, despite what I say in previous videos, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I obviously I think the big stuff to touch on is just the defense. Again, they rebuilt that defensive line, or at least they're trying to rebuild this defensive line into a better image. We'll see how that plays out. But obviously, your defensive line, if they can actually hold up, that helps the second level of this defense immensely. You go out, you had a guy like Ryan Cook. DJ Turner, when he's playing, is very, very good. You have high hopes for the player that Takario Davis can turn into, just with the mix of size and speed that he is. So again, it's if Joe Burrow can stay healthy and this defensive line can kind of turn into what you hope it is after investing as much as you did into it, you will hopefully have set yourself up very, very well to have a good to decent season here. To your linebacker point, this kind of plays perfectly into it. My breakout player is Demetrius Knight. I think, again, they obviously have confidence in them. They had every opportunity to add a linebacker to this room. I'll throw in Barrett Carter too, either one of them. But they had the opportunity to add like a significant linebacker to this. They for some reason or another didn't. And they said, we're going to stick it out. We're going to see what these guys have. And then obviously when you throw a Dexter Lawrence into the center of your defense, that helps out your linebackers immensely. You're going to your second season. You are hopefully understanding this defense more. You have full season under your belt to really read an offense now. So I think either of these linebackers really have a chance to break out and really step it up this year.
So if you want me to do a breakout player, you want me to do like a true guy who nobody really knows about, and I think he's going to have a good year. Eric All, the tight end, is going to be healthy this year. I think he's a good player.
Yes.
My big breakout is Chase Brown. I watching the run game, like he's a legit dude. And I think going into a contract year, playing into the narrative a little bit here, I think Chase Brown is a guy that we could come away with being like, it's really hard to get into that group, but like we're talking about him as like a bona fide top 10 running back. Like I think he could be that good, and similar to the way we talked about James Cook a year ago before he led the league in rushing yards. Like I'm not willing to go that far with Chase Brown just because in the offense he plays in, but if this offensive line is able to move people the way they did, and like Fairchild, Marius Mims, those are also some breakout candidates if you want to throw them in there. But I think Chase Brown has like a nuclear season in him where he's like kind of kissing on that like 1,800 scrimmage yard mark or something like that. I really think this guy is someone that could be unlocked if they lean into the run game a little bit more. I didn't mention the corners. I think that both the corners are just too good for this. Like Dax Hill and DJ Turner.
Yeah.
Like DJ Turner broke out last year. Like I think I'm really excited to see what those guys look like, but no, I think Chase Brown has a season that he could really, really, really turn some heads. And other than like, oh, he's the fantasy guy on Cincinnati, right? Like he's in a good offense and he's a running back, right? But all right, is that all before we get into the schedule? Seems to
Let's do it.
So let find it. The Bengals schedule. Here we go. Their odds. Still sitting at that 10.5 mark. 10.5 over plus 115. Under is juiced to minus 140. They're second in the division. Tied for 7th in the conference with Denver. And then also tied for 13th for the Super Bowl with Denver. So that is where they sit in the hierarchy of the Vegas odds. Who would like to start?
Yeah,
I can start.
Ben can start.
I can start.
Who can start?
Matt, you start.
I have them. We'll go until the bye. They lose to Tampa Bay. They'll beat Houston. They'll lose to Pittsburgh. They'll lose to Jacksonville, and they'll beat Miami.
Ben?
Nice. Yeah, I have them beating the Bucks, losing the next 3 to the Texans, Steelers, and Jags, and beating the Dolphins. So they start the season out at a whopping 2-5. But I think the schedule becomes immensely easier beyond this point. 2-3 in their first 5.
I will have them lose the first 2 and then win the next 3, starting 3-2.
Noise.
All right, I'm going to go until the Saints game. They will lose to the Ravens and then win all the way there. They'll beat the Titans, beat the Falcons, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, beat the Commanders, and then beat the Saints for our audio listeners.
Yes. I'm going to have them beat the Ravens, beat the Titans, beat the Falcons, beat the Steelers, lose to the Commanders, but then beat the Saints.
I will have them lose to Baltimore, beat the Titans, lose to the Falcons, lose to the Steelers, lose to the Commanders, beat the Saints. So I have them at 5. Hold on, brain fart, sorry. 5-6. Holy cow, sorry.
And then closing it out for me, losing the Browns, losing the Chiefs, and then winning the rest, winning against the Panthers, Colts, Ravens, and Browns, finishing at an 11-6 record.
Nice. Of them beating the Browns, losing to the Chiefs, beating the Panthers, losing the next to the Colts and Ravens, and then beating the Browns, basically directly behind Matt at 10-7.
And then I will have them beat the Browns, beat the Chiefs, beat the Panthers, beat the Colts. Actually, yeah, they just went out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. So 11-6. Hot going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Catch fire at the right time. Floors and ceilings.
So-
I think they're simply due to the schedule. I feel like they could have such a high floor because this is like a very forgiving schedule. Like basically your hardest games are going to be your divisional opponents outside of the Chiefs and Texans, right? So I think their ceiling could be as high as like 13-14 if everything hits. Their defense is really, really clicking. Joe Burrow stays healthy. He plays up to the MVP candidate. Chase Brown is everything that Matt hopes him to be. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins can stay healthy for the entire, like, they could absolutely do it. Not saying that they will. That's obviously their ceiling projection. And then I think their floor is probably about what they did last year at 6 wins if like Joe Burrow were to get healthy and the defense just doesn't turn out to anything that they wanted it to be.
Yeah, I'll say their ceiling for me is probably 12, and then I'll say their floor is probably 9. I see this team going up, compared to last year. Obviously, injuries aside. I really like their schedule. This is kind of, where Matt was for the Steelers, if you haven't already seen that part. But, looking at the Bengals and they're I don't really see too many teams to where they can, like, this is a for sure loss. You know what I mean? There's a few playoff teams sprinkled in here, but it's like these are all winnable competitive games for them. So
that's my Steelers point from before, where it's like they're playing both South divisions. Like they're playing 8 teams that I think like plus their division. Like it's everything feels winnable. Like everything feels attainable. Like they're better than every team in the NFC South and everybody in the AFC South. Like they're on the level of the Texans and Jaguars. So it's like that's kind of where my point goes with them. But no, I'm a little lower on the ceiling. I think the ceiling is 11. I think I'm getting the ceiling. Like if again, I think it's ambitious to say like everything gets solved in the defensive room, and they're gonna lose some games that are just goofy in that sense, and where I just think the defense isn't good enough to stop a team, to stop I don't know, like I haven't beaten Washington. Like they could easily Washington scored 30 or something, but their floor is probably 6, just from the sense of like even if Flacco comes in, like they're gonna have a foundation to build on. Like again, unless all of them get hurt at the same time, which is being like that holy trio of Joe, Jamar, and T, like they're still gonna have 2 out of the 3 or 1 out of the 3 that you can kind of pepper and do everything around. So that's where I'm sitting with them. Like I think I'm shooting for the ceiling. I want to believe in this team getting it right one of these times, because when they've gotten it right, they've made a Super Bowl and they've come a play away from playing in another one, right? So like every time they've been in the playoffs, they've been a team that operate as if they can make it all the way, and they just never have gotten the true health or the defense right in a certain year. So, but I have a question. If this team, if you get 16 to 17 games, whatever it looks like, out of Joe Burrow, and they win 6 games, what do you do? What happens? Because I think that's going to be the loudest talking point of like, if this thing fails again, you have something to point at now. It's like we traded the 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence, and he's not like what we think he's going to be, and he's just washed, right? Like maybe he's just not a good player. I don't know. But is there a world where it gets a little dicey in December if this team isn't winning games, but Burrow's playing.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely. If
go ahead.
Burrow is playing and the team is still bad, you might have to consider blowing it up. And like, I hate it. I think like the easy move is just saying like, okay, we're firing the head coach. He should have been fired like 4 years ago now at this point. He has no business being around. And I think like that's the easy move. You fire him and then we come back and like, what do we have next year? Then if it continues, like I think you might have to have a very serious and tough conversation about blowing it up and trying to move on to the future. But again, I think the easy out button is just firing Taylor because he just shouldn't be here in the first place at this point.
Yeah, I'm doing some research about that right now. I mean, looking at Zach Taylor's track record, I mean, you've had four seasons above 500. This would be his fourth under 500 if he were to fall again. And like you had said, the 2 times that they had made the playoffs, I mean, they're real close to the Super Bowl. The one thing is, I mean, if you look at the injuries, man, that's the biggest thing. And I mean, you could chalk it up to that, but coaches.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's not
Yeah.
a part of this question. Like that is, they are a healthy football team and they don't
Everyone's
win enough
healthy.
games. Like
yeah.
do you
Yeah.
sell high on a Joe Burrow great season? Like that's basically my question, because that would be the position you would be in.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if I would blow it up just yet because the projection of cap space next offseason is supposed to be pretty big for them as well. So I wouldn't necessarily give up on them just yet. I wouldn't say go as far as blow it all up. It would have to be pretty bad for me to do that. Like the Bengals, I believe, have their first round pick for next year. So I mean, with that being said, like, here's the thing. By blow it up, are you meaning trading Burrow as well?
Yes.
Like, is that on the table?
That's basically the crux of it. Because if we're doing the thing last year where, like, he didn't even play half the season, and it was kind of this, like, weird, like, mopey show. You know, remember? And so, like, if they're legitimately bad and he's playing, this gets to a point where to just get ahead of it while he's still playing great and he's 30, you could trade him for more than than what the Browns got for Garrett right now. Like if he plays a great season, because quarterback is that valuable.
Yeah,
You could, but you don't do it. You don't do it. You can't do it. Finding a quarterback is so hard. You cannot do it and just say like Joe Burrow, basically your entire career to this point is being tied to Zach Taylor, and we're just gonna we're just gonna trade you alongside firing Zach Taylor. Like you cannot feasibly make a smart organizational decision and move off of Joe Burrow without at least trying to pair him up with a different coach first. Okay. I definitely understand what you're saying, but like the quarterback position is just far too valuable to at least not try to give him a different opportunity or a different play caller at that point.
No, because I'm entertaining it now. So here's the thing. Let me ask a counter question to this. So in the scenario you do that, do you flip them to one of the projected top 3 teams in Arizona, Miami, and New York, and try and land one of the top 3 guys in return? Like, is that because then it moves to the Family Guy thing of like, the what's in this box? Oh, it could be a boat, or you could just have a boat. Like, I mean, you got to think there are quarterbacks in the league that play into their late 30s, and I think Joe Burrow can play at a very high level.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Years. So my thing is like, why? Why would you do that? And you have one of the best receivers in the league. I mean, is it just a money thing, or because I mean,
I'm saying it's a Detroit Lions Stafford thing. We have run out of road. We are wasting time. Like we are not putting this defense together. We just traded the 10th overall pick because we thought this would be the right decision in getting a good player. We can't get that right. And you get just so panicked of like Burrow's gonna want out, and you don't know if he's gonna get injured the next season. So it is a sell high. It is a radical decision. I am making that very clear, and I would not make this decision. But it's something you have to talk about if he has a good season, plays, and they're still like bottom 5 on defense. And you now have to like whatever we do with paying the guys on defense, because they have Chase Brown, Dax Hill, and DJ Turner are all going into contract years this year. Those are all good players. And if they hit an open market, they're all getting good market value money. So that is where it just gets awkward. And so that's why I'm asking an uncomfortable question that, again, like Bengals fan probably seethe, but it is something you have to mention, because if they don't get this defense, this is a major decision trading for Lawrence, and he's still a questionable asset. So that's where I'm just taking you down a lane that, again, we talked about last year. It wasn't like foreign to talk about, does Burrow like Cincinnati? Does he like actually want to be there? Like, this is not new things that I'm just like spewing out of nowhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it too, you brought up Stafford, and it was just funny to me because I'm like, and this is kind of off topic of the Bengals, but like, okay, you think of the Rams and Stafford and what their relationship looks like, right? Stafford's going to be moving on in a minute, and we all know that they drafted Ty Simpson and everything, right? But like, is there a world where a team like the Rams, it doesn't have to be the Rams, but is there a world where a team like the Rams in a contending spot want to upgrade their quarterback position and end up trading for Burrow? And if so, who is that? And I mean, what assets do they have available to make that happen? I mean, to the Texans I would consider, right? Considering, and I know this is kind of drawn out, but like, we talk about CJ Stroud and the questions around him. They have their picks. Let's say that they underperform and win under
the team that
500.
immediately comes to mind that I think would trade every single pick they can is Carolina.
Yeah.
That's ugly.
The Texans are where the Texans are where my head is at, though, right? Like kind of literally in the same exact vein that the Stafford trade was. It's like, here's CJ Stroud and like 3 first-round picks or 2 first-round picks or whatever it was, and like, shoot, maybe it works out for the Bengals the same way that it worked out for the Lions, and you know, with the Texans and the Rams as well, and so on and so forth. But again, I am firmly like, I do not care how bad it gets. The Goff thing
was a dump.
Yes, yeah.
Listen, I've got another thing. What about the Vikings? Screw Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Screw JJ McCarthy. Let's just get the for sure guy and win the NFC North consistently every single year, and pair him up with Justin Jefferson, who, by the way, he also played with in college. Like, nightmare scenario for me. Oh my God! But
that's what I'm saying. No, I would hate to see that. I would hate to see that. Stay in the AFC. No.
But again, this is run longer than I thought. But again, it's just something to think about, because I think we are running into a road where, like, again, he's been around for 7 seasons, and again, it's definitely the boring answer, I should say. It's the boring answer. Just keep reloading, and maybe one of these years we get it right, because the quarterback is one of the 4 best quarterbacks in the sport. Like, we just keep reloading, keep hoping one of these years we get it right, and then you trade him when he's like 33, 34, whatever. But
tell you what's not helping this team is a week 6 bye. I mean, based off of like regular history, this is awful. Did it though? I mean, look at the playoffs.
Absolutely helped the run game, I think.
Sure. Okay, I'll give you that. All right, let's recap real quick. So Ben has them at 10-7. Matt and I have them at 11-6 for your Cincinnati Bengals.
All right. So we all have them in the playoffs, right?
As of right now, I believe so.
We'll get to the playoff picture. AFC. I have my AFC playoff picture. So,
yeah. Okay. All right. We'll come back to that later. Let's get into the final team. The Baltimore Ravens. Last season, 8-9, lost on a kick. I watched that earlier today. That was a fun, like, entertaining final 10 minutes of that Steelers-Ravens game. that, again, like reliving that in the moment was really, really fun before the missed kick by Tyler Loop. Their offense took a pretty big step back from being like first in both of those metrics last year, or like top 3 in both, to 14th and 15th. The offensive line was much worse, even if those metrics stay different. Like it was the guards, Falele and Voorhees, were very, very bad. Their defensive EPA was 21st, success rate 14th. So again, like they just took a major dip last season from where they've been. And then Lamar, 16th in both EPA and success rate. They made a massive decision. They fired John Harbaugh, let him go and find greener pastures with the New York Giants, and they hired Jesse Minter from the LA Chargers, who was under Jim Harbaugh. So I thought that was interesting, and he's worked with the Ravens in the past. I feel like this was one of the telegraphed head coaching hires that of the cycle, unless they wanted to go on the offensive side of the ball. They brought over Declan Doyle from Chicago and Anthony Weaver from Miami. So again, filling out kind of an all-star coordinator staff. But again, Doyle has never called plays. One of their key additions is Nnamdi Madubuike. I should have put a question mark because it is still a question mark. There is still kind of this uncertainty around this player playing next season and playing at a high level. But again, he kind of just vaults their like defense into a world where, again, like they really, really need him if they want to achieve the goals that it seems Vegas has put on them. They kept Chidobe Awuzie. He played really, really good last year, so $5 million is a bargain. But again, old corners, you never know. Tyler Huntley came back as their backup quarterback, and then the free agency, again, traded for Max Crosby, got it rescinded, then immediately paid Trey Hendrickson. Apparently they wanted both of them. I don't believe them. I think they pivoted right to Trey Hendrickson the minute they didn't get Max Crosby, and they paid him $28 million because he was not getting that from somebody else. I think they pivoted very fast and kind of a little bit of an overpay just to make sure they got the guy.
Yes.
They bring in John Simpson, Jalen Hawkins, Calais Campbell, the ageless wonder, on the defensive side of the ball, and then Durham Smythe. Ethan Pocic is a recent signing, and Danny Pinner. So those guys are going to duke it out for the center spot that is left by Tyler Linderbaum, who went to the Raiders. Isaiah Likely went to the Giants. Draymond Jones was a mid-season trade. He goes to New England. Charlie Kohler, Louis Gilman, Kyle Van Noy, Hopkins, Falele, Mitchell. All these guys. This is what the Ravens do. They let guys walk in free agency to return some value in the comp pick formula, and they make 11 draft picks, like their draft this year. They took Vanga Nwane in round 1, Zion Young in round 2, Jacoby Lane in round 3, Elijah Surratt in round 4. If you flip those, I think the community is a little happier. And then Matthew Hibner out of SMU at tight end, and they had 6 day 3 selections. So again, maybe some of the 6 more, I believe, outside of those round 4 guys. And then the remaining questions. The big question is about the defense. I think the defense dropping to 21st was a major step back. They still have so many freaking good players. Like, you think about, again, what we just talked about with Madubuike. If he is out there, they still have Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins, Roquan Smith. Can he come back to the level that he's played at? Now you're dropping a Trey Hendrickson in there, which, again, tells me Baltimore was really, like, Jesse Minter walked through the door and said, I need a guy who can win along the edge. We're going to trade 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby. Oh, that failed? Well, let's go overpay Trey Hendrickson. Like, let us make sure we're getting a guy along the edge who gets sacks. They had 30 sacks last season, which was bottom 4. So, again, that was a very noticeable decision that they made in the offseason. And then the other part is Lamar on the downslope. Let me preface it by saying, yes, the guards were atrocious. I can say that again, and that is why they took a guard at 14 and paid John Simpson what they paid him. But there was a noticeable drop-off in terms of his, like, just athleticism. You chalk it up to injury, you chalk it up to age, whatever. He was worse last year after, again, unsustainable heights in 2024 being truly, like, I think it was his best season as someone who is a big fan of Lamar. But they want to win the Super Bowl, right? Like, and so again, I think he could still play at a very high level, but these were some noticeable trends. Like, he was first against the blitz, and then 35th out of 35 qualified quarterbacks facing non-blitz. So again, that kind of speaks to he allows pressure and didn't have the athleticism to get away from the pressure last year. Is that an injury thing? Again, we can ask the same questions, but those were my big things with the Ravens. Again, this is still Super Bowl contender, and they're making a massive swing, changing out Harbaugh for Minter. So,
Ben?
No, I think that's a big thing on the defense, right? Like you can say like, does the defense still have it? They have, like these amazing pieces and everything. But also like the biggest addition that they possibly could have made to their defense was simply just hiring Jesse Minter to be the play caller for that defense, right? I mean, in the same vein where we talk about like the Chargers, where we're like, ooh, like yikes, like you just expect a noticeable drop off in their defense simply because he's leaving. Like we also have to then give that flip credit to the Ravens and be like, well, now they just added this very, very good defensive play caller, right? So I absolutely have a lot of trust in this defense when it can be, simply because of the players that they have, but then also the architect of this defense. And then again, as to the Lamar stuff, I truly think it was just a down year. Like we've seen so much good out of Lamar that I think we can just give him the benefit of the doubt. Again, if he has a bad year, that's when we have to start asking this difficult question, i.e., the Bengals and Joe Burrow. But I think we can give him the benefit of the doubt thus far. We can see where it goes. Again, you have an offensive line that you have more comfort in this year. And again, I think Lamar is just truly like one of the special athletes in the entire sport. I have no qualms about giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the Trey Hendrickson edition is the big one that, I want to highlight. For me, I mean, obviously there's a lot of moving pieces with a team, and this is what kind of makes some kind of question in my brain, because new coaching staff, new offensive play caller, I mean, new defensive play caller, but a little bit better, I would say. Except, I mean, losing Isaiah Likely, in my opinion, hurts, because in my opinion that was probably their best tight end. But I digress. Looking at their draft, I know you guys weren't really all that big on him, but Jacoby Lane I was pretty excited about. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I'm not going to say it. I mean, maybe, okay, early breakout candidate. No, never mind. He's not. Changed my mind. But I think that the sky's the limit for them. I mean, 8-9 is just disappointing when you're a Super Bowl contender. And losing Tyler Linderbaum as well was just kind of like, yikes. But nonetheless, I think they're going to be okay. They still have Lamar Jackson, and he's, despite what the top 100 list says, he's still an awesome quarterback. And I don't think he's on the downward slope. No, this guy is still a primetime guy that you can go out and count on, put on a show. And I think that he can eventually win a Super Bowl, but we'll see. I don't know.
Clock's ticking.
I think so too. Yeah. I don't think this defense will be in the top 5, but I mean, above average at least, though. I'm excited.
Yeah, like, not to harp on the Cincinnati point again, but like this is the argument, like for Ben's case, of like, do what the Ravens are doing, right? Like they're making sure that even someone as great as Harbaugh, you're not attaching Lamar and his peak to just John Harbaugh. You are making that swing, even if it is a defensive coordinator. You're still making the swing on, let's get a lead on the defensive side of the ball again, and let's take a swing on an up-and-coming offensive coordinator who's just going to make things look different and is coming from a run scheme that, again, like I've harped on, like, does anybody get the pixie dust of Ben Johnson's run game? Like, does anybody get that in their playbook? But no, I think I'm with you guys. I think the Lamar, like, we still have some years left with Lamar being great, but there is a definite question about how great, because again, they want to win the Super Bowl. Does anybody have a breakout they want to get in first?
I'll do what Ryan wasn't going to do. It's not quite the player that he wanted to pick there, but I'm picking Elijah Surratt. Right there's going to be a role on this offense for a wide receiver to slot in. I simply just like Elijah Surratt more than I like Jacoby Lane. I'm going to be really interested to see what his role is, because going back to kind of how it was with scouting, like he just seems like a big slot, and they already have their their slot wide receiver already there. But like if he can just be like a Jordan Matthews, and like that's just your very big slot, I think this would be perfect. And like that's who I think he like projects out to be. And he's just gonna be a guy that like he's just gonna be in the right spot on the right time. He's gonna be reliable. So I just there's gonna be room for pass catchers here, and someone needs to take a step. And I think that'll be Elijah Surratt.
I was gonna go with Zion Young. That's my guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll go with the obvious one. I'll go with Malachi Starks. I think there is a real ceiling with him being, an elite post safety. I think he's someone that, again, you just think about the safeties that Minter has come from over with the Chargers, and just being able to weaponize the secondary in the way that he does. I think Malachi Starks is someone that, again, if you don't know him now, I know I'm picking a first-round pick from a year ago, but you'll know who he is by midway through the year. If this defense is as elite as it can be, he's going to be a pretty big focal point of it. So,
I'm glad you brought them up. It seemed like him and Nate Wiggins were like the two guys who were like, yeah, like those guys are like the gimme guys, but like they're.
I think Nate Wiggins is already like a top 12 corner. Like he's already just insane. Like I think he's
top 12,
incredible. Yeah,
ooh,
I do.
Wow.
He's incredible.
I think he's very, very good. I don't know about top 12, but I think he's very, very good. Again,
is there a
that kind
chance
of just goes
your
back
guy
to like a
TJ
good player
Tampa?
that maybe. I love TJ Tampa. No, it's fun, and I'm glad that you brought up Starks, because he will get the light shined on him, and it'll be fun. He has a nice already carved out role for him, who I think pretty much everyone expects to thrive in that role. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Should we move over to the schedule?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Ooh. The Ravens schedule 11.5. This was what I was talking about. Like these are the Vegas odds. 11.5, the highest of anybody in the AFC conference. I believe only I think Buffalo is at 10.5. New England is at 10.5. I'm trying to think of, did I miss anybody? No,
Texas had a pretty high.
They weren't 11, but they're first in the division minus money, first in the conference, tied for second in the Super Bowl, behind only the Ravens, behind only the Rams, tied with the Seahawks, who just won it. So again, Vegas has major love for this team once again, and they got to put it all together. Who wants to go first?
Ben, you get to go first this time, I promise.
Yes, yeah. We'll go top two rows. It's rows this time, guys, not columns. For those who are wondering, for our audio listeners. Yeah, we'll do the top two here. Let me get over to their schedule. I have them getting out just to a scorching hot start here. I have them winning every single game aside from the Cowboys game. So I have them beating the Colts, beating the Saints, losing to the Cowboys, and then beating the Titans, Falcons, and Browns. Is part of that the Ravens being very, very good? Absolutely. But is part of that just like this is one of the easiest stretches of 6 games in the entire league? Probably.
That's a
Yeah, I'll go
Brazil
next.
game.
I'm gonna say I like the Cowboys this year. I'll go 5-1, and the Cowboys are the ones that beat them.
Hey,
Weird
same as
one.
me.
No, you said 5-0, did you?
No.
Oh,
5-1.
6-0.
Oh, my
6-0.
goodness.
Sorry, 6-0.
Nope.
So-
I'm 5-1.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I just said same as me.
No, I know. I thought that you said 6-0. I thought that you. Never mind. I apologize. I'm stupid. Carry on, Matt.
I have them losing to the Colts, beating the Saints, losing to the Cowboys, beating the Titans, or beating the Falcons in the Bird Battle, and beating the Browns, starting 4-2.
Nice. I have them losing to the Bengals, beating the Bills, losing to the Jags, beating both the Chargers and Panthers, and losing to the Texans. That brings them up to 8-4.
4. Yeah. Bills beating the Bills. No, losing to the Bills, beating Jacksonville, beating the Chargers, beating the Panthers, and then losing to Houston. So 4-2 in that stretch, bringing them to 9-3.
I have them beating Cincinnati, beating Buffalo, beating Jacksonville, losing to the Chargers, beating the Panthers, and beating the Texans.
Nice. I'll round it out. They're beating both the Bucks and Steelers, beating both the Bucks and Steelers, losing to the Browns, and then beating the Bengals and Steelers, putting them at 12-5, which wins them the division.
All right. Let's see. I have them beating the Bucks, beating the Steelers, beating the Browns, losing to the Bengals, and then I think I had them losing to the Steelers. So that's 2-2 in that stretch, bring them to 11. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. 2-3 in that stretch. I think. I don't know. Hold on. I just confused myself. 3-2. So 12-5 is the record, and that will win them the division as well. Yeah.
I have them losing to the Bucks, losing to the Steelers, beating the Browns, losing to the Bengals, beating the Steelers, finishing 11-6, and by way of tiebreak, they win the division over Cincinnati, who has the same record.
Nice. Floor and ceiling, everyone.
You guys go ahead.
I'll go first. I think the floor is probably 9 wins, right? Like, I think even in a disaster, like, if everything goes wrong, like, they still just have too many good players, and I think they upgraded a coach. Like, I think from that alone will get me to 9 wins, get me into a 500 season, and I think the ceiling is winning, 14 games if everything clicks and, the defense clicks in the way that it did for, Mike McDonald a few years ago. The offense still plays at a level that is elite with Doyle, and the run game is elite. Like, this team, again, this is why the odds are what they are, because I think the ceiling of this team is as high as anybody because they have an awesome quarterback and they have so much defensive talent. So 14 would be the ceiling, 9 would be my floor.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Again, I just based off of just the talent that they have in their schedule, it's hard to see them not at least go above 500 here. And then again, I think right there with you, 13, 14 games is their ceiling.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. This is a team it's so up in the air, man. It's so much fun. I'm excited to see what this team can do.
Does
Go
everyone?
ahead.
Yeah, go for it. No,
I was going to review. Go ahead if you have a question.
no, it wasn't a question. Go for it.
Sweet. To review, Matt, what did you have them at again? I was working behind the scenes.
I had them 11-6.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Matt had them at 11-6. Ben and I had them at 12-5. So,
Yes.
yeah, fun stuff. I want to get to our playoff picture just to kind of preview that.
Yes.
Um,
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, that's where I was going. That's why I'm like, nope.
that's what I was working on behind the scenes. So here's the problem. So I have
Playoff
Ben and
Predictor
I.
has mine, so I have it on an app.
I have
like
mine.
I know the 17.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
I have mine.
perfect. Because I was going to ask you, because Matt, you have 7 teams as of right now at 11-6.
I have 6.
You have the Ravens, Bengals, Broncos, Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, Patriots.
Chiefs are 10-7.
10-7. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me because I totally had that wrong. My bad.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
My one, we're gonna start out at
baby,
1,
I'm
and we're
fence
gonna
riding.
go. We're gonna start at 1. We're gonna work our way down to 7. I'll read the matchups after we're all done. My number 1 seed is the Texans. They're getting the bye, and then it goes Ravens for the 2 seed, Bills for the 3 seed, Broncos for the 4 seed. Those are your division winners. And then, as we talked about last week, I just think that division is absolutely stacked. Chiefs and Chargers are going to be your 5th and 6th seed, and then your Bengals, are just barely squeaking in as your 7th seed with 10 wins. That makes your AFC first round being the Ravens and Chiefs. But then this is where it gets kind of Ravens and Chiefs. I lied. Ravens and Bengals. That's where it becomes fun. And then you have another divisional matchup as well with the Broncos versus Chiefs, and then Bills and Chargers. So that makes for a very, very fun divisional round with 2 of the matchups being against division opponents.
I just screwed this up. Keep talking.
What does yours look like?
So that's the problem is, Matt. Yeah.
I have the Broncos as my 1 seed by way. Again, these are all tie break. The Broncos are the 1 seed. Ravens are the 2. Texans are the 3. Patriots are my 4. Jaguars are my 5. Bengals are my 6. Chiefs are my 10-7 7 seed. Most notably missing are the Chargers and the Bills. So I have both of those teams missing my playoff, which again, if we're going off of that, that would make Chiefs-Ravens happen. That would make Bengals-Texans happen. And that would make Jags-Patriots happen in round 1.
So mine, it's so funny. I have Texans 1, Broncos 2, Bills 3, Ravens 4, Patriots 5, Chargers 6, and Jaguars 7. So that being said, Jaguars, Broncos first round, Chargers, Bills second round. I'm sorry, Chargers, Broncos. No, Chargers, Bills. Holy cow. Okay, I'm restarting. Jaguars, Broncos, Chargers, Bills, Patriots, Ravens. So I think that's a fun playoff. Yeah. Sorry, guys. That was confusing. So, yeah, I messed that up. But we'll preview that at another time as far as what we think our playoff predictions will be. Guys, it's late, but let's have some more fun. Let's play some Weddle. Try and make an 0-17 team after that. Then we'll get out of everybody's hair.
What a show.
What a show.
Sean Watson, dude. That's the truth.
Sean Watson, it is going to happen. Here we go. Everybody can see, right?
Yep.
Yes, yep.
Where are we going first?
All right. I'll go. Luther Burden.
Chicago. He's a bear. Ryan, you have to get it.
Oh my God. Okay, I got this.
I know who it is.
Shut up. No way. Really?
Cole Kmet.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cole Kmet. Yep. Dang it. Yeah.
No,
Nope.
I was wrong.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So if it's not that, DeAndre Swift.
Height doesn't work.
It's a
Okay, I was just-
quarterback.
It's Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
Is it?
By God,
Yeah.
it's what's his face? Gervon Dexter. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he's 17. So woo, let's go, Tyson Bagent. I know the Bears better than Ryan does. Let's go. It's me. Fuck you, Ryan.
All right.
Oh, pardon my language. Wow, that rolled off
Dex?
the tongue a bit too easy here. I'm tired.
Yeah, Dexter. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Dexter Lawrence.
No. Thank you, Gervon Dexter.
Which one? They're both D
Gervon.
Dexter Lawrence.
Gervon Dexter Senior.
Dexter Lawrence.
Defensive player. Nope.
Linebacker. Alex Singleton.
It is.
In the NFC?
No.
Shut up.
It's not. It's in the AFC.
It is. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry for being
He's not on the Bengals.
I don't think so. Who plays in other divisions?
That's such a funny. Who plays in the other divisions?
Who plays linebacker in other divisions? That's not old.
I think
You
I
know,
have it.
so it can't be that Jets guy that used to be a Saint.
I think I have. Ben, do I have it?
I think I have it too. I think I have it.
Okay.
I don't think I do. Yeah, you guys can go. I wave
Nope.
the flag. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, come on.
Should I shoot it?
This is not my game.
Sure.
I don't know if you figured that out yet or not, but it.
No, it was on. It was the other one.
Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. I
He's
should know
6
who the other one is.
foot? I thought he was 0.
Who's the other
Oh.
one?
Dotson.
That's the other one I know. Okay. There you go, Dotson.
No, it's not. Miami linebackers?
You stay here. I'll figure it out. You stay right here.
Miami linebackers, dude? Oh. No, dude, come on.
Dude, he's
Come
named
on.
3
No.
of them, and it's none of them.
Hold on.
I wouldn't have
hold on.
stayed.
You,
Oh my god.
You stay right there. I will.
Dude.
I'll
How did none of them wear 0? Dude.
okay. I'm.
What? The fuck you giggling?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out the age. Because if it's who I think it is, like I might
It's
have a hoot of a
27.
time. Yeah. Which again might cause me to have a hoot of a time here.
What?
Hold on. Who's a player that the Eagles? Technically, he's a defensive end. Who's a player that the Eagles signed in free agency last year that I'm like, he could be really good.
Okay.
Good god. Okay.
I did get it. This is evil.
you
They
get-
can't do this. They can't put off-ball linebackers and edge rushers in the same tier. They're not the same thing. It's my TED talk.
17-0.
They're not
No,
the same
0
thing.
and 17, buddy.
It's the website is called 17-0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're doing 0 and 17.
Well, no. Wait, really? I didn't know that. I was referring to the name of the website, you dingus. All right, I'll go first.
Buckaroo. Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, no. It's I started a new one, so we can get watch. We have to watch the roll. We have to watch the roll.
Yeah,
You're right.
Obviously. Should we do ultimate?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, click on it.
Ultimate's 10. I've done ultimate before.
The ultimate would be fun. Should we do 17-0 on ultimate?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk it over.
Okay.
We'll
Classic.
Yeah, we'll do 0 and 17 just this time.
Is it possible?
All right. Ready? Is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Jaden Blue.
Okay.
Wait, who's that really? Who is that really small line running back out of K-State? Deuce Vaughn.
I don't think he plays for them anymore.
No, I don't think he does, but it would have been funny.
Do they have like Brock Wright? No, he's not on here.
Who's their backup?
The tight end. It's Conklin. Ugh.
It's not Teddy Two Gloves, is it?
It's Teddy. Yeah, we did that last time. I wouldn't do that.
And wait, you almost got it.
Do they still have Greg Dortch? Yeah, they do.
Oh, fantasy legend for like 2 weeks.
Oh God.
We're too good. We're too good. Except
your backup tight end.
Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett.
Damn it.
Stetson
I wanted to get
Bennett.
handsome.
Texans backup
Defense.
tight end. Who is
Defense.
their tight end?
Merlin.
Cade Stover.
Where'd he go to school?
I would argue Marlon Klein. But
OSU, right?
Pete Carroll. We're too good.
shit.
These were too good. Yeah.
No, we'll see. 2 wins?
3 wins. My.
Oh my god! We did
Oh my
it!
God, we did it. Okay.
It was
okay.
Stetson, dude.
I'm telling you,
yeah,
it was Stetson
pick of the
Bennett.
draft.
I'm telling you.
Let's do a round of classics. See how long it takes, and if we feel like doing another one, we'll do another one.
See how long it takes. Oh
Are we
God.
trying to see if
It's
we
only
can
10
go
picks.
17?
We just did 6. It was
Oh,
pretty
do you want to
good.
do ultimate?
Yeah, ultimate. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We just did 6. It's And if we
Ready?
don't want to do another one, we don't have to do another one. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Well, we just
Defense.
the purpose. Stetson Bennett.
Defense.
Okay.
Stetson Bennett.
Really?
Yeah, that's the best defense in the league, dude. Yes, for sure.
2 receivers.
Oh, are we doing 17 and 0?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
17. Yeah. It's Nakua,
I think the
bro.
defense. I think the defense is the best in the league. I think you got to go with
Really?
No,
Seattle.
No, it's absolutely it's Seattle or the Texans. Dude,
I
you gotta go
disagree.
Puka.
Okay. If we get
It's your pick.
if
We're
we get
not
Seattle,
getting
we
the
still
Rams
get JSN.
again. And then we can also still land like Jamar Chase or something like that. So like, I understand the intrigue in Puka,
We still
but
land Houston. I mean, this is
there's a
champagne
lot
problems.
more good. There's a lot more good receivers than there are good defenses in the league like this. We can't pass up on the defense.
But we get 10 though. Okay, no, you pick defense. We're going defense.
What's your pick?
It gets the worst, like least amount of fun pick out of the way.
I get it. I get what you're saying. This is not going to work. I'm going to pick Loveland, but there's no way that they think Loveland
could
is
be.
as good as I do.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm just going to go Johnson.
Media consensus has been pretty good on him.
I'm just. Should I
Head
just go
coach
Johnson?
is a good option too.
Does coach even matter in this thing?
I think so. I don't hate that pick.
It's O-line or coach for me because I don't think any of the skill guys.
Oh, there's an O-line pick too.
Yeah.
Coach.
I would go
Coach.
coach.
Okay. I think that's right.
I'll make the Eagles fan pick for the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, you picked the receiver too.
Did you see that list going around Twitter?
Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Easy.
there you go. Can we get lines? Thank you. Or do I want to go line?
Gibbs.
It's
Oh,
probably
Gibbs. Yeah.
Gibbs.
Gibbs is
Yeah,
good,
Gibbs.
man.
Gibbs.
Yeah, there is two. I was just in the mode of like Bijan. We're gonna get
Shit.
line.
Yeah.
Wirfs is so good. Wirfs levitates them.
Bucky?
Okay.
Oh, line.
Oh, yeah. probably
No.
not.
No.
All right, we gotta focus on. We gotta get some good tight ends here. AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Yeah, yeah.
Diggs is still here. All right, I'm picking a tight end no matter what.
No.
I'm picking a running back.
Derrick
no matter
Henry.
what.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta get lucky on these tight ends, guys. I mean, this is at 17-0 if I've ever seen one.
Dang
Let's
it.
go. Eric Gall. He's not here. Oh, he is here.
Yeah. Mike.
I just saw Gesicki. Are we sure we want to play 12? We want to block. Shoot.
16
Tight end's gonna mess us
man.
up, dude.
Dude. Evan Ingram.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
We didn't get it because of the tight ends.
We'll go again.
I bet you we went like
Yeah.
16-1.
It's 15.
15-2. 13-4. Holy
All right,
cow.
so this is hard.
This
Because
is fun.
we got a ton of good players.
This is a challenge, man.
I think I wasted the coach pick. I think we need to save the coach as like a. I don't think the coach is anything. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Was there a better option? The O-line, probably. Yeah.
That's
I
what
would take
think.
there's O-line over. Yeah. Okay.
All right, new game. Ready?
Matt, you pick first.
Okay. All right.
Defense.
Yep. Sprinted in.
Yeah. Rounded it. Jameer Gibbs.
Okay. Bib. It auto-corrected. Bib.
Dibs.
So silly. Bib.
Dib.
We're dead.
Fudge Nugget.
Yep.
Coach.
I know.
Coach. Oh, HN.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. HN.
Oh my god, dude, imagine these guys playing together. We're not dying. We're not dying this way. Damn it.
Kitty.
Damn you, Safari. Ooh, this is a fun one. Do we burn the coach?
Did they fix their own
Yeah.
line?
I feel like we have to. No.
Burn the coach is burn the coach.
It's either Terry or burn the coach. Or Luke McCaffrey.
Burn the coach.
Okay.
Debo. Did I hear Debo?
Debo's not on their team, buddy.
He was listed
He was
actually.
listed.
Was
Warren.
he? Close.
Yeah,
Warren's the pick.
Yep. I was thinking that our line. I mean, yeah, we can't. It's already too bad. The Panthers are like the worst team because they just have so many mid players that like this would never work.
If we get like a Jamar Chase, that's throwing everything in the right direction, though. Shuck, we're winning it, dude, for sure.
Yeah, Tyler Jug. Might as well. We're not winning it. Tyler
dude.
Jug. Come on.
Pick a lot.
Come on.
What can we do with Olave, though?
Come on. Tyler Jug.
Okay.
No. I want Tyler Jug. We're not winning it.
This is what people in the offseason
O-line.
think the Saints offense looks like when you read people talk about this team. These are the guys he's thrown to this year.
Give me the O-line.
Yeah, it's the O-line. What?
Oh, well.
Just type it up.
You don't want Jalen Waddle?
No, because we got Chase.
Hey,
George
Jamar.
Jason! Trending in the right direction.
Should we take T?
Yeah. Do it. Okay, one more.
How did we go 13?
How?
It's Shuck,
How?
man.
No, it's
This
not.
team- this-
No, it isn't. It's not Shuck.
Ted?
Yes. It's his fault. Not Shuck's fault. All right, are we ready?
Ben, you go first.
Ooh.
Do we do Herbo this early?
I that's probably their best option, right?
I feel like it is, unless you want to go O-line.
It's your pick.
Man.
Yeah, you make the decision, buddy. I don't want to.
God, don't put that devil on me.
I'm throwing it. Shot clock's at 3. I'm swinging the pass.
Herbo. Herbo.
Right. We have lost in the first round of the playoffs. What a bummer.
Bijan.
What a bummer, dude. It's over.
Can we at least do better than 13 wins?
I think so.
I'm taking Kellen here.
I get to pick. Jordan Tyson. This is bad for me. Like, it's obviously Olave. He's the best option.
Ugh.
Tight end.
Coach.
Oh, God, no. God, no. Even if the coach does nothing, Aaron Glenn does something to it.
Brees? Garrett Wilson? No, you don't want to put in either one of those spots, right?
Probably Sadiq.
Okay.
Defense.
Slow down. Dude, this is ridiculous.
Coach.
The hell?
Coach.
JT
coach,
Sanders.
Coach.
Yeah, we'll take an Alice. Yeah, it's over. We're dead. We're dead. Look at all the mid teams we got.
Can we restart it? You guys just want to restart it? Can we just do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben,
sure.
Ben, start us off again. Ben, start us off again. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Justin Herbert.
Dude, what are you? We didn't learn. You can take
If we get
Harbaugh.
Bijan here, I swear to God.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Dude, restart it one more time. I swear to God.
No.
What's the pick?
Neighbors.
Hardball.
No, he's got a bum leg, dude.
It
no.
doesn't matter. He's good.
Sure. Neighbors. Yeah. I'm so excited.
Dude. Damn you, Safari. Damn you, Safari.
Oh my God.
All right, that's the show, everybody. What a good show we had today. Like, what do you want me to do, Robert Salah? Like, what do you want? What do you want from me? Great show, everybody.
Here we go.
Henry?
Nice.
Wow.
Look it up now.
Derrick Henry.
Wow, we have
That was
Derrick
a
Henry.
Jackson.
Doesn't matter. Our quarterback doesn't win anything in the postseason.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Garrett Wilson.
Oh, God.
Second time he picked Sadiq.
I think it's Garrett Wilson.
No, there's so many better wide receivers. Come on. We're not going 17-0 with Malik Neighbors and Garrett Wilson as our wide receivers.
In my world, we are. Do we go Breeze?
Go Breeze.
Just switch it up a little bit.
Also, while we're here, by the way, this happened during the podcast. The Rams dropped
All right, we're all
alternate
done.
uniforms.
We're all done. We're all done. This is
Wrap it up.
all done.
We want to thank Regional Radio Sports Network, Uppercuts Grooming, and Spotify for Podcasters for helping us grow as a podcast, and 17-0 for being an awful website that brings us content because that was funny. Gentlemen, any closing comments?
Still drafting.
Okay, all right. We'll see you guys next week when we start the NFC in the West, not the East. West. Take it easy, everybody.